So this thing is
It all looks like that.
It's a tree trunk made from rosewood.
It's a tree trunk upside down.
I say.
It would be the other way around. This would be in the ground.
Uh-huh.
That would be stubs sticking up at the top.
Well, so even though this is a tree trunk, at some point they made it what it is. About what year do you think they turned it into what it is?
It's hard to say. Somewhere in maybe the 60s or somewhere in the 40s. It would be very hard to determine.
Now, have you ever seen anything comparable to this in the 60s that makes you think, or because it had this organic look and that was...
People's consciousness are leaning towards this kind of visual sensibility. Leaning towards this visual sensibility in the 1960s, but it doesn't mean that somebody in the 1930s or 40s couldn't have had the vision to experiment with this form.
Which may have inspired the people in the 60s.
Whatever it is, to me, it's an organic piece of sculpture that was so compelling that I'm taking it home.
And so, where in your house do you plan to put it?
Probably stand right in my front room. As I look out and gaze over my horses, I will be admiring this adjacent to where I'm sitting.
And what are some of what are some of its neighbors that will be in the room?
I have 800-pound female sculpture by Anthony Quinn, the actor. I have a 800-pound 1930s sculpture by George Stanley, who did the Art Deco sculpture in front of the Hollywood Bowl, and Isaac Newton at the Conservatory. It's
at the Conservatory?
Stone Indian in the 1930s format.
The Isaac Newton one, the Conservatory?
The Isaac Newton at the Conservatory is a piece done by the fellow who did the Indian in my living room, George Stanley. And the Indian is an Art Deco Indian with a peace pipe and 8 feet tall, 800 pounds, solid piece of stone. And
sounds
the
pretty.
Woman, the female figure is a red marble, 800-pound, 8-foot tall female form done by Anthony Quinn, the actor.
Wow.
In my living room. And
did he do many sculptures, or this is one of the
sculptures? He did many paintings. He's a very prolific, fabulous artist who I had no idea he was so versatile and did such fabulous work as this stone woman.
So with that stone woman, was it done in the early 60s?
Done in the early 60s. And the Indian, the red American Indian, was done in the 1930s.
Ah. Wow. Now will this be replacing something? Is something going to have to exit your living room?
I just sold a glass chair by the Pittsburgh Glass Company. That this will be able to go in that spot because I put that into auction last month at Llama, Los Angeles Modern Auction. And Llama sold it for me and got a handsome price, and so I'm going to put this.
Well, great. So you were desperate to find something to fill the void, and now you have found the ideal piece.
True enough.
Okay, that's fantastic.